All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Racha, Kwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone, who teach very well, while I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And today, just basically getting on this devil and his ultimate goal, man. Because his ultimate goal is to not bring all black people together. No, his ultimate goal is to actually kill off a lot of people, man. And to get his NWO started. But in order to get the ball rolling, this devil must push forth a tiny device, man. And that tiny device is the same device that's written in Revelations 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Now, real quick, brothers know, but hey, we got to always go over it again, man. Let's go into that word mark. Because it says these people, they're going to receive a mark, man, willingly. They're going to willingly give themselves over to Esau, because this mark is you pledging your allegiance to America, man. The ultimate pledge your allegiance, man. Let's get this. It says a stamp or imprinted mark. Right here, it says of the stamp. It's like of the mark stamp on the forehead or the right hands, as the badge of the followers of the anti-Mashiach. And anti-Mashiach or antichrist, the only thing it means is that you're against the ways of the Most High, man. Like, the LGBT, they're full of antichrists, because the book of John tell you, I think there's like 1 John and 2 John, it says what? There are many antichrists in the world right now, man. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that backed it up, because actually you being an a Mashiachim, basically meaning you're going against the grain of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord said don't do it, but you still turned around and did it. And once you did it, you didn't have no remorse, man. You didn't have no type of repentant spirit, man. Let's get this real quick. This is the book of 1 John 2. Yep, 1 John 2, and I'm going to start at verse 22. It says, who is a liar, but he that denieth Yahushua, that Yahushua is a Mashiach, he is Antichrist that denied the Father and the Son. So basically, you denying Yahushua, even you denying the name Yahushua, and you calling upon that other white meat. Guess what? That means you're still an anti-Mashiach, man. Because again, you being an anti-Mashiachim, that's you just going against the grain, man. And all these Americans, they finna get ready to go against the grain of the Most High. Because the Lord already have said, do not put any stamps or imprinted marks upon you. But what these niggas have done, they took it to the next level, man. Because it's not like, for lack of better words, the Lord have put this thing out for no reason. No, the Lord have put this thing out to cast out the undesirables, man. Because a lot of undesirables, which again, if you're undesirable in the eyes of a Mashiach, then you're anti-Mashiach, man. You're not with the anointed. But again, the point of ridding out the undesirables is basically these undesirables pledging them themselves allegiance with this damn devil, Esau Edom, man. So let's read this again. It says the mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand, and that, it's a physical stamp, man. For lack of better words, man. Now, you trying to take the next step with the woman. It's going to have to get physical, man, for lack of better words, man. You're going to have to get to know her, Read this again. That's what Esau is doing by putting this thing inside him. It says, of the mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Mashiach, the mark branded upon horses. So again, you taking that thing is ultimately this, you pledge your allegiance to Esau, basically saying this guy have ownership of you, So let's go ahead and jump back. Revelation 13 and verse 16, since we have more understanding of that word charagma. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That brand, man. And that brand is going to come by the way of a tiny device that's going to get under your skin, man. You know, let's continue on. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark. So you're not going to be able to access different things or live your everyday American life unless what? Unless save he that have the mark. So you're not going to be able to continue to work at this job or clock in or get something to eat unless what? You have this mark, man. Or the name of the beast or the number of his name, that 19-digit code, man. But again, at the end of the day, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord, he's setting this thing up just so this devil can fall, man. Because, hey, the rulership of Esau is like a stack of cards, man. You know, it took a little minute to build up, but it's only going to take a second for it to fall. That's why in the book of Revelations, it says, what? In 1 hour, this kingdom shall be destroyed, man. 293 years, 293 plus years, this devil have been ruling. But the Lord is going to wash all that away in 1 hour. And that's going to be a part of the Lord showing his power, man. Because he's showing his power by raising you up, by giving you this different type of technology. Real quick, let's get this. This is an article from, I think it's EET Asia, like East Asia or something like that. But hey, the article is called what? The promise of that six thing. You know, I ain't gonna say the what you call it because they'll strike your page. But it says the promise of the sixth thing. It says it is expected the sixth thing will offer download speeds approaching 1 terabit per second. And for lack of better words, you speeding things up is actually going to make people lose their patience. You know, because for lack of better words, and I even catch myself with it. You know, you go back, you know, the internet running slow, you get mad, take like 2 minutes for the internet page to load up. But just think back in the ancient times, man. Sometimes it took 3 months to get a message. You know, it took you 3 months to know that your uncle died, man. You know, and by the time you find out, it's too late. The funeral passed, everybody mourning, and you know, you got the news late, man. But this new technology actually opened up a window of comfortability to these people, or a window of you just being, you know, everything being owed unto you, because the internet is laboring unto these people, but they're leaning upon that internet. Let's get something real quick, man. Let's get something real quick. This is the book of Isaiah. Because again, these people, you know, 2/3 of our people, they lean upon this internet. They lean upon this wicked system. Actually, meaning what? You trust it. You trust in that Social Security check, man. You trust in those food stamps, man. And ultimately, that ultimate trust is this devil actually going up in you. This Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed. On Egypt, whereon is a man lean. And basically, another word for lean is what? Trust, man. Lean on me. You know, trust in me. You know, read it again. It says, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. Because ultimately, if you trust in this system, this sixth thing is going to be in your hand, man. It's going to pierce you. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Because ultimately, once you get this device under your skin, you're the property of bondage. You're the property of Egypt. Hey, for lack of better words, you are a property of these Edomites, man. You know, so let's read a little bit of this article. The next generation of cellular technology will make huge improvements in bandwidth utilization, data recovery, and application envelopment. And again, there's all these big words, but for lack of better words, these devils, they branching things out. They putting more things in the cloud, and basically they're manipulating a lot of things. That's why a lot of these apps, if you got an iPhone, a lot of these apps ask to trap you, man. That's a part of that application enablement. Salaki. It says it is expected 6G will offer download speeds approaching 1 terabyte per second, 1 microsecond latency, and ultimate bandwidth. Let's look up that word bandwidth real quick, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, that bandwidth, like, it goes back to like coverage. Yeah. A range of frequencies within a given band. In particular, that used for transmitting a signal. That's those six things. Those 16 towers. I'm adding, just you fill in the blank. Those 16 towers, man. Because those 16 towers, that's one of the major parts of the NWO. Let's get a little bit right here. It's one spot. There was a beautiful article or a beautiful paragraph. Yep, here you go. It says, how does 6G support the growing Internet of Things / the Internet of Everything? And the reason why they call it IoT, the Internet of Everything or the Internet of Things, because they trying to make everything one, for the lack of better words. They trying to be like the Most High, man. You know, they trying to make everything come off the vibration of them, man, which is wickedness and death, man. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of this. It says, as suggested, the flexibility and capability of the network combined with distributed computing and sensoring systems, some may be even embedded into people. Let's look up to that word embedded, because we just read at Isaiah 36:6. It says, if you trust in this system, you're going to be pierced. You look up this word embedded, it means what? Implant. So these people, they're going to try to embed people with this tiny device, this certain type of technology. It says means a more seamless interworking of our various communications technology. And they're doing it on the burner of communication. Because, you know, a lot of times communication is key, man. You know, communication can save your life in certain instances, man. But the communication that they want to do, they want to communicate with your spirit in a wicked way. You know, they're trying to have control of your spirit, man. You know, by putting this device inside you, releasing certain chemicals. You know, I ain't gonna speak on it too much, but let's look up a little bit. It says back in 2016, which showed you how long these devils been working on it. Miska Doller, the King College London, now Ericsson, taught a class on IoT in which he stated, we do not really have an Internet of Things. We have an intranet, intranet of things, or several interacts of things, which means what? Your cell phone, your computer, your TV. Because, hey, the Internet of Things is trying to get you. That's why the Internet of Things, in order for it to be the Internet of Things, they have to make it an Internet of people. Because Internet of Things, IoT, IoE, the Internet of Everything, IOP, all that works together, man. But their secret ingredient, or that main point, is what? People, man. The Internet of people. Because soon as they embed you with it, that means it's a complete mission, man. You connected to your laptop. You connected to your cell phone. You connected with your TV. Just with a thought, you could change the channel. But hey, with just with a thought, with that, you can, be a mo. Let's read a little bit more. It says what he meant by this was that the value of IoT ultimately IoE, the Internet of Everything, which means what? Even you, is not just interconnection, but also the use of resulting data in beneficial, but also the use of resulting data in beneficial and secure ways. So basically, you can see when your phone, you get a text, you ain't even gotta go pick up your phone. You can just send a text through your mind. Let's go ahead and read a little bit more. Most IoT systems do not communicate with each other or share data to learn leverage. It's an example between a parking meter and a traffic managed system. The type of communication is neither not done or quite difficult and time consuming. Therefore, one big advancement required in the sixth thing has almost nothing to do with radio link, but much more to do with how the information in the system be leveraged, which means what they can use it against you. Because for lack of better words, when you watch a fight or wrestling, see, yeah, he got the leverage there, which means what? He whooping his ass, man. He's using his strength against him, man. And Esau's strength right now is what? Information. This is the information age, man. I say technology. These devils are finna get ready to use this technology against you. You so used to using your phone. You so used to using the laptop. But it's going to be one day when you open up the laptop, it says scan required. In order to continue, please enter your 16-digit, ESOL code. Let's continue on though. So you gotta have fun with it. Let's continue on. It says, therefore, I read that. It really again. Therefore, one big advantage required in 6G has almost nothing to do with radio link, but much more how with information of the system can be leveraged by merging 6 communication and distributed computation into a large programmable network. And that's where you get the social credit system, man. Because, and not to go all the way into it, but that social credit system is actually a part of the IOE, the Internet of Everything, to see how you act. Because, hey, I can see you, I can just see you once a week. I don't know what you're doing the rest of the week. I can see you just once a week. And I can see you twice a week. And you might just trip once I know twice a week. But I don't know what you're doing for the rest of those 7 days, man. But these devils are trying to, man. They're trying to be like the Most High. They're trying to see if you tripping or not, if you broke this law, if you ran this stop sign. Because ultimately, these devils are trying to be like the Most High. Yeah, that's about it on that. Let's get this in Job 5 and verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. Right there. That sounds, because even though you got this elaborate plan to try to hold on to your kingdom, the Lord, he's going to disappoint you, man. It says, why? So their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So you won't get that new world order off the ground, man. Because it's not in the will of the Lord for Esau to rule perpetually. Verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. He's going to make you shoot yourself in your own foot. Because everybody know about the MOTB now, man. It's just common language. It's common language now. That metaverse, they just coming out with it blankly, man. But that's going to ultimately be your downfall. Continuing on, it says, in the counsel of the forward is carried headlong, because ultimately it's these elites who's going to be pushing out this thing, man. Because how much you want to bet these higher ups, the guys you never heard of, they ain't going to have no tiny device in them. They're going to be the ones that's going to control those tiny devices, man. Let's get something else real quick. This is the book of Psalms 21, jumping down to verse 11. It says, for they intended evil against thee. And again, that evil is you taking that device, because it's a penalty for you taking that device, man. Let's get something real quick to bag that up, man. This is the book of Revelations 14. And them jump down. So like, yeah, I can. Revelations 14, and I'm gonna jump down. Yep, in verse 9, because that's why it says, if you take this device, ultimately it's evil way for you. It says the same. Read this again. This Revelation 14 and 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in their forehead or in his right hand. And again, because it's like, you worshiping the image, yeah, you take heed to it, but you receiving it, that's actually going to be a physical thing, man. That wedding ring. Continuing on, verse 10, it says, the same shall drink of the wrath of the wine of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Because ultimately, if you're going to take that thing, that device, you're ultimately going to take a missile. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone and the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yes, man, because ultimately you're going to be tortured before Yahweh Shah and 144,000 and 1/3 who truly believe, man, who received the Wah instead of receiving the Quran, man. Let's continue on. Read this. Go back in Psalms 21 and 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. And yes, man, that mischievous device is the Internet of Everything. But guess what? They're not going to be able to perform it because the Lord, he's going to cast them down, man. So yeah, I can just a quick little video. I pray it was edifying. I want to say, call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, Shalom, DTA, and the Bible.